Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. Kate Middleton's appearance this week was met with widespread admiration, with royal experts noting that she appears to be embracing her engagements with enthusiasm. Former BBC royal correspondent Jennie Bond remarked, "Catherine is looking fantastic and looks as if she is enjoying every engagement." Bond told OK Magazine, "It certainly seems to me that she has got her mojo back. We are seeing more of her than many of us expected so early in the year. The welcome she's getting wherever she goes must make her realize that she is the star of the royal family. Life as you know it can change in an instant, and we have had to find a way to navigate the stormy waters and road unknown. I don't think anyone is ever the same after an experience with cancer." She added that Kate and William likely will cherish even more every single day that they spend together and with their children. Kate paid tribute to the life and legacy of Liz Hatton, a talented young photographer who recently passed away at the age of 17 after a battle with a rare and aggressive form of cancer. Hatton was diagnosed with demoplastic small round cell tumours in January 2024 at the age of 16, a condition so rare that only 200 cases have been recorded since 1989. Determined to make the most of her time, Hatton created a bucket list, which included a goal that she was able to fulfill in October, photographing a member of the royal family. The Prince and Princess of Wales welcomed Hatton and her family to Windsor Castle, where she not only captured the moment behind the camera, but also shared a warm embrace with the princess. The official X account for the Prince and Princess of Wales marked the occasion, writing, "A talented young photographer whose creativity and strength has inspired us both." Hatton later shared her joy on Instagram, calling the experience an absolute honour and thanking everyone involved in their kindness and support. Tragically, just a month later, Hatton's family announced her passing. She remained determined to the last. Even the day before, she was still making plans, they wrote. "We are so very proud of the kindness, empathy and courage she has shown in the last year." On International Women's Day, Kate honoured Hatton's memory by including her among the most brilliant women who have inspired us over the last 12 months. She reposted the October tribute and added, "Celebrating the strength and creativity of Liz and Vicky Hatton. It was an honour meeting them both in Windsor in October." The Times caught our attention by asking, how did a coked-up playboy befriend King Charles? In an investigation by the Times, we discover how James Stunt managed to loan fake masterpieces to King Charles' charitable foundation at Dumfries House. The future king wrote effusively to Stunt, "Your kindness and generosity are truly remarkable, and I appreciate such a gesture more than you can ever know." Little did Charles know that several paintings, including a £50 million Monet, a £12 million Dali, a £15 million Chagall, and a £42 million Picasso, were actually sophisticated fakes created by convicted art forger Tony Tetro on his kitchen table in Los Angeles. "You cannot make this stuff up," says Giampere Ambrosi, producer of a new documentary, The Royal Stunt. "There's an art forger, there's this crazy coked-up billionaire, there's the royal family, giant Lithuanian bodyguards, and millions of pounds at stake." The documentary reveals how Stunt, who described himself as a mogul with the street cred of a gangster, cultivated a relationship with the palace so close that when his brother died in 2016, Charles wrote a eulogy for the funeral, all while being the godson of notorious gangster Terry Adams. Tetro, dubbed the world's greatest art forger, explained his technique. "People think I copied paintings. I didn't. I came up with unique paintings in the style of. I've done hundreds." His forgeries were so convincing that even the palace art experts were fooled. When questioned about the paintings, Stunt, who once boasted on social media, "Do I take cocaine? Yeah, get over it. Do I shag prostitutes from time to time? Yes, I love it." Initially denied everything, telling a reporter to "Shut the F up, you silly cow. None of my stuff is fake." The palace has described the incident as extremely regrettable. King Charles has stepped in to secure Queen Camilla's privacy and avert a potential security risk by purchasing a £3 million property next to her beloved Wiltshire retreat Raymore House. The move comes after concerns were raised that the Old Mill, a neighbouring property, was said to be sold and transformed into a wedding venue, an outcome that a royal source said had caused Camilla great anxiety. Think of it, dozens of wedding guests carousing every weekend just the other side of her fence. Another source familiar with the plans told the Mail on Sunday, with the property's boundary just 30 feet from Raymill, the king acted last month to buy it with private funds, preventing the sale from going through. A friend of Camilla's described the purchase as an imperative to ensure her protection and privacy, noting that a prospective buyer had been looking to maximize commercial use of the property as a short-term holiday rental and wedding venue. Instead, the old mill will now be rented to a security-vetted tenant to ensure it is put to appropriate use. A royal source called the decision a pragmatic solution, being both a sound financial investment and a way of maintaining Her Majesty's privacy, protection, and continued enjoyment of her much-loved home without any public funds being used. They added, "I know how grateful and relieved she is, not least given all the additional stresses and anxieties of the past year." Camilla has had a challenging 18 months, balancing the aftermath of the king's coronation in 2023 with his subsequent cancer diagnosis. Friends say Raymill House has remained her sanctuary, a place where she can be herself and retreat from the pressures of royal life. It was here that she withdrew following the state funeral of Queen Elizabeth in 2022, and she continues to spend as much time there as possible when not at Highgrove House or Clarence House. She has her horses, she walks her dogs, and she loves spending time with her family, said one friend. The business with her neighbour was frankly the last thing she needed. With Meghan Sussex sucking up most of the oxygen, we haven't been able to see what the rest of our cast has been up to. Lady Louise Windsor appears to have embraced a new passion during her time at St Andrews University, taking to the stage in amateur dramatic productions. The Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh's eldest child has been spotted rehearsing and performing with fellow students, including her boyfriend, Felix de Silva Clamp. As a member of the university's Mermaids Performing Arts group, Lady Louise has taken on various roles this year, including Oliver Surface in School for Scandal and Lady Caversham in Oscar Wilde's An Ideal Husband. She has also been seen using hand puppets in Cyrano de Puppet, a creative adaptation of Cyrano de Bergerac. According to royal sources, Louise adores acting, a passion that echoes her father's own university days. Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh, has made a trip to New York, furthering her work as a global advocate for women's rights and gender equality. In her role as patron of Plan International UK, Sophie attended a panel discussion where she heard harrowing first-hand accounts from young people facing displacement, economic hardship, and gender-based violence. The visit brought together young advocates highlighting the stark realities confronting girls worldwide. Among them was 20-year-old Jasara from Peru, who spoke about the devastating impact of water scarcity on her family, saying, "My family has 1 hour of water a day. Can you imagine how difficult it is to carry out our daily chores?" She went on to describe how climate change has exacerbated gender inequality, leading to increased child marriage and violence against women. Sophie's dedication to these issues has taken her to some of the world's most challenging regions, including a recent visit to the Chad-Sudan border, where she met female refugees facing sexual exploitation. Speaking on the crisis, she was deeply moved, saying, "People are having to exchange food and water for sex, for rape. That is violence that is being enacted through conflict. It is being used as a bargaining tool. These women have no option but to leave. And even then, they're lucky if some of them can get away, because if they leave their houses, they get killed." Her ongoing efforts have earned her recognition, including an honor at the Hillary Rodham Clinton Awards in Washington, D.C., for her commitment to women, peace, and security. Many within royal circles now regard her as King Charles' secret weapon, a quietly effective and deeply engaged senior royal. Princess Beatrice made her first public appearance since welcoming her daughter Athena several weeks early. The king's niece attended a fundraising gala for Born, a charity dedicated to researching premature birth, where it was announced that she would serve as its newest patron. Her attendance at the event, held at London's V&A Museum, comes just weeks after she revealed the early arrival of her second child in January, a personal experience that appears to have deepened her commitment to the cause of preventing premature birth globally. Dressed in an elegant white self-portrait gown, Beatrice beamed as she posed alongside her husband on the red carpet. The gala featured a special performance by singer Ellie Goulding, adding to the evening's significance. Mike Tyndall has revealed that he flatly refused a sartorial request from his wife, Zara Tyndall, and her mother, the possible former royal sex bomb, Princess Anne, ahead of his wedding in 2011. Speaking at a charity event, the former English rugby star admitted he had no interest in donning traditional Scottish trews for his big day, despite their insistence. Trews, a form of tartan trousers often worn as part of formal Scottish attire, are traditionally lined with leather on the inner leg to withstand wear from horseback riding. Tyndall told the Mail, "We got married in Scotland, and Zara was schooled in Scotland. Obviously, my mother-in-law is patron of Scottish rugby. They keep on that they need to get me a pair of trews." And I'm like, F off. Yeah, there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalacintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify, Apple, or the app of your choice, and leave us a review of 5 stars if you're enjoying the show. Remember, we have a new show out at the moment from Kelleroga Shark Media called White Smoke, The Path to a New Pope, a very historical, timely, and cool look at the whole papal election process. Check it out wherever you get your podcasts. White Smoke. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.